the Freedom of Information Act. NIMET predicts 3-day thunderstorms rain from today. And on the foreign scene, Iran warns it will target UK, US, and France regions if they help defend Israel. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business. And for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of lives and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5111 and 08002 200008. ABS TV is now live on cable free-to-air and Strong TV channel 68. Join us. And welcome to the news at 7:30 p.m. I am Ogogome, and all the news in detail. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has approved the release of 6.154 billion naira counterpart funds for the 2022, 2023 and 2024 State Universal Basic Education UBE Marching Grants. The state chairman of the Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Nwadinobi, disclosed this to journalists in Oka. Dr. Nwadinobi said the funds released by the Anambra state government would enable the state to access an equivalent amount from the Universal Basic Education Commission. According to her, UBEC will make the sum of 12.308 billion naira available for another round of UBE intervention projects by this development. She listed the projects to be executed to include the construction of new classrooms, renovation of dilapidated ones, supply of furniture, and installation of water and sanitation facilities in basic education, primary and junior secondary schools across the state. The funds, according to her, will also be used to provide perimeter fencing, information and communication technology equipment, agricultural education tools, and sports facilities to enhance teaching and learning in our school environments. Dr. Nwadinobi commended the governor for his unwavering support of the board and his consistent commitment to improving education service delivery in the state. The Deputy Speaker, Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Chukwuma Okoye, has commissioned the rehabilitated Town Hall Union of the Izinata community in Okesa local government area. The commissioning ceremony attracted party faithful, community stakeholders, women and youths of the town. Correspondent Chibuzo BDK has the report.
Community, the Deputy Speaker, who also represents Oka South 2 constituency, Honorable Okoye, said the project was carried out under his Community Choose Your Project initiative, an initiative targeted at repositioning and addressing the infrastructure decay in the constituency.
So now, it's a big problem. It's not better meeting. Farm. I will also go Apuga. I want to go Apuga. Our plus also needs an auto. Go make a little bit of Obasa Fulaka, make it a Sukuaka South. Bogo Walker not maybe. But
now Fapuga, the Deputy Speaker, I say Jidekiji, Kokone Kanga John Made, Kungarobi.
I say to somebody that touch lives of people, or politician name on social media. Rather, he touches lives.
The event climaxed with prayers and blessings for Governor Chukwuma Soludo and Deputy Speaker Okoye by the parish priest of St. James Catholic Church, Ezenato, Reverend Father Peter Ibazo.
Meanwhile, the Anambra State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Professor Sylvia Ifemeje, has called for collective action to facilitate effective implementation of the Freedom of Information Act. Professor Ifemeji made the call in a keynote address at the Southeast Regional Roundtable on 14 years of the Freedom of Information Act in Nigeria, organized in Awka by the Center for Transparency Advocacy in collaboration with the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Program ROLAC, International IDEA, and the European Union. Correspondent Paul Ezoke filed in this report.
Major represented by the Solicitor General of Anambra State, Barrister Ngozi Iwuno, opined that the act compliance should be institutionalized across all levels of government.
So we need to get back to being interested in what is happening in our state. Freedom of information is not the enemy of the citizens, it is a shield to find out how far the government is working.
In her welcome address, Executive Director, Center for Transparency Advocacy, Engineer Faith Nwadichi, represented by Mr. McDonald Ekemeze, said the conversation was part of efforts to deepen transparency, accountability, and citizens' engagement in the country, as well as easily obtain clear, timely, and complete information from most government agencies. While the State Coordinator of ROLAC, Dr. Josephine Ona, represented by Mr. Chadrak Kagu, noted that transparency and accountability will encourage grassroots participation in governance. In their separate contributions, the Anambra State Director, National Orientation Agency, NOAA, Mr. Edoze Ajiebu, represented by Mr. Ignatius Obiora, former Rector, Federal Polytechnic, Oko, Professor Godwin Onu, Chairman of Interactive Section of the program, Professor Tochukwu Okeke, and Mrs. Ugochukwu Freeman, stressed the need to sustain such dialogue for better enlightenment of the people. In Oka, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
Strategic move to equip students. In a strategic move to equip students with potential and essential leadership skills and values, the Post-Primary School Service Commission (PPSSC) and the Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board (ASUBEB) have jointly organized a comprehensive leadership training program for newly elected school prefects across public and mission public secondary schools in Anambra State. The summit held at Army Day Secondary School, Army Barracks Onitsha, drew directors, heads of departments, and school principals from public and mission public schools. Correspondent Faith Onyemuche covered the event and now reports.
I pledge to be loyal to the principal.
In her address, the chairperson of PPSSC, Professor Nkechi Ikedugu, said the leadership training was aimed at educating the prefects on their responsibilities, how to carry out their duties effectively, and to be worthy role models to other students. Professor Ikedugu urged school authorities to continue monitoring the activities of the prefects and to correct them when necessary.
I told them that they're role models. So they should be role models to the younger ones. Above all, they should mentor them, teach them the right thing.
For the ASUBEB chairperson, Dr. Vera Wadinobi, the summit would help the newly elected prefects understand what leadership truly entails. She cautioned the prefects against bullying of fellow students, but to exhibit empathy and integrity in the discharge of their duties.
Shun examination malpractice themselves, shun bullying. Let them not see they are being prefects as gods, demigods.
In separate interviews with the ABS, the senior prefect of Army Day Secondary School Onitsha, Master Kingsley Emesie, and the senior prefect of Anglican Girls Grammar School, Ms. Chidimma Chukwuka, pledged to abide by the rules and regulations guiding the conduct of student leaders under the board. From Onitsha, Faith Onyemuche, reporting for ABS.
And still to come on the news, NIMET predicts 3-day thunderstorms rain from today. And of course, on the foreign scene, Iran wants it to target UK, US, and France regions if they help defend Israel. The news returns shortly after the break. Stay with us.
Great things are happening on the BetNaija mobile app. Enjoy betting services on a different level. Access a wide variety of betting options. Bet on your favorite sports with great odds. Win big with our mobile games. Get great bonuses and promos and start winning. Withdraw your winnings with zero stress. Download the BetNaija app from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store today. BetNaija, more than a bet.
And welcome back to the news on ABS Television. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted thundery and rainy weather activities starting from today, Saturday, to Monday across Nigeria. NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja emphasized early morning thunderstorms on Saturday over parts of Taraba, Kebbi, Zamfara, Kaduna, and Adamawa states in the northern region. According to it, thunderstorms with rains are anticipated over parts of Kebbi, Taraba, Zamfara, Borno, Kaduna, Sokoto, Gombe, and Bauchi states later in the day. NIMET predicted isolated thunderstorms with rains over parts of Imo, Enugu, Abia, Ebonyi, Anambra, Ondo, Oyo, Osun, Ogun, Ekiti, Edo, Delta, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, and Rivers states later in the day. According to it, the public should take adequate precaution as strong winds may precede the rains in areas where thunderstorms are likely to occur. NIMET urged the public to ensure that loose objects are fastened to avoid collision and avoid driving under heavy rain. And on the foreign scene, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz warns that Tehran will burn if Iran keeps firing missiles after both sides exchanged strikes overnight. Explosions were heard in Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and Tehran after a missile was launched by Iran in retaliation of Israeli strikes that targeted Iran's nuclear program. According to state media reports, Iran wants the UK, US, and France that it would target their bases and ships in the region if they help stop the strikes on Israel. In Israel, officials say 3 people have been killed and dozens injured, while Iranian state TV reports 60 people have been killed in the strike in Tehran. And in sports, the league body has announced that the 2025-2026 Nigeria Premier Football League season will kick off on Friday, August 22nd, 2025. Chairman of the NPFL board, Benga Adebeleke, made this known at the Nigeria Football Federation headquarters in Abuja. Egbeleye emphasized the significance of the date as part of the Federation's strategy to align domestic football calendars with continental competitions. The upcoming season's kickoff date will mark the 3rd consecutive season that the NPFL has started its season in August as part of the board's efforts to realign with the global football calendar. The process began with an abridged season which culminated into a Super 6 playoff in 2023. Afterwards, the 2023-2024 and 2024-2025 seasons began in September and August respectively. Elegbeleye said the move underscores the Federation's commitment to providing consistency and boosting league performance across Africa. And meanwhile, it was a moment of pain, deep reflection and grief for the family, staff of Anambra Broadcasting Service and well-wishes to the Obinyelaku family over the demise of Mr. Ifeanyi Ogechukwu, who died after a brief illness while on annual work leave. The funeral service was held at the family compound at Oruko Idemili North Local Government Area. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi filed in this report.
In a sermon, the retired bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Isiukwato, Right Reverend Samuel Chukwuka, charged those present to run a godly race on earth, not to miss heaven, through living out God's instructions in the scripture and firm faith in God. Speaking to the ABS after late Ifeanyi was committed to Mother Earth, the eldest brother, Mr. Nnemeka Obinyelaku, explained him to be a quiet, respectful, and family-oriented personality who was also dedicated to his work, saying it's hard to comprehend the reality of Ifeanyi's demise, reminiscing the fond memories they shared.
He was dedicated to his work. Extremely respectful. He was a family person. I cannot explain why this has happened, and it's still a struggle for me to accept that this has happened. It's quite sad that I'm the one burying him today. He was more than a brother to me. He was
He was like my son. I'll miss him a lot.
We miss Ifeanyi so much. The death is a very great blow, both to the ABS family and to the immediate family.
It was a great blow to me as a person. His death really hits me differently. I've lost but Ifeanyi's own really touched me.
Late Ifeanyi died at the age of 40 and was survived by his mother and 2 brothers. From Oruku, Idemili North Council area, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for EBS News.
And may the gentle soul of Ifeanyi rest in perfect peace. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service and subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka, and also on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log into our website by logging on to www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has approved over 6 billion naira counter-fund grants for universal basic education. Stakeholders have called for collective action on implementation of Freedom of Information Act. And NIMET has predicted 3-day rainy thunderstorms starting from today. And on the foreign scene, Iran has warned that it will target UK, US, and France regions if they help defend Israel. And to end the news, remember that security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, security is everyone's business. And for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with our government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of lives and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5111 and 08002 20008. And don't forget that ABS TV is now live on cable free to air and Strong TV channel 6-8. And that's the end of the news on ABS Television Oka. I am Ogene Romeo Gogome. Thanks for watching.